Alrighty guys, we got some brand new water stuff and some new Majespecters. I'm hoping we can throw that water stuff in Mermails and maybe Mermails coming back. But let's go and start off with the Majespecters. I know it was a fan favorite and they lost like one of their best cards. And let's see if this is going to be making them any better. So starting right off, we got the Majespecter Porcupine Yamarashi. So it is a wind spellcaster pendulum effect. Pendulum scale of 2, level 4, 15/15. It says you can only use the first and second effect. Monster effects of this card's name each once per turn. So the first part says, during the main phase, if you control Majespecter monster's quick effect, you can special summon it from your hand. Okay. And the second part is, if this monster is no more special summon, you can target a Majespecter spell and set it in your graveyard and set it. And it can't be destroyed by your opponent's card effects, and your opponent can't target this card with card effects. Okay, I mean the stats on it are kind of mid, but I'm pretty sure most of the Majespecters, if I recall, that has what do they call it? It's not hexproof. It's like immune to like most of the spells. Actually, it's been so long since I checked out the Majespecter. That was like their archetype, right? It doesn't even get the Majespecter like treatment, which again I believe it's like it's unaffected by spells or traps or can't be targeted. Let's just go to this one because this is the one I remember. Okay. Well, it can be targeted or destroyed by opponent's card effects. Okay, so basically same thing. It's like it has some sort of like immunity, and there were basically a bunch of trash monsters. And then their like star player, which was, I'm pretty sure it's still banned, right? Okay, Kieran, which had the effect during either player's turn, you target a pen monster in your monster zone and one card opponent. You just use Kieran. This is like the only good card that they had, and without it, I mean, they're basically just memes that are like kind of immune, but you would just bring out a bunch of monsters, and then their spell and traps would actually kind of act as disruptions and removal. Nonetheless, though, we got another new card for them. This is the Majespecter Draco, which is a wind spellcaster, exceeds Pendulum. So it's Pendulum scale of 5, and it's rank 4 with 23 and 2000. So here is the artwork. I'll at least zoom in because it does have some pretty good artwork. And its Pendulum effect says that you can only use the Pendulum effect of this card's name once per turn. So the first part is, if you control a Majespecter or Draco Slayer card in your other Pendulum zone, you can add one Majespecter card from your deck to your hand. Then you can destroy one card in your Pendulum zone. Okay. And then the other monster effect is 2 level 4 monsters. You can Pendulum summon if you can Pendulum summon level 4, you can Pendulum summon this face-up card from your extra deck. You can only use the first monster effect of this card's name up to twice per turn. So the first part is, if a monster or monster is tributed while this monster is on the field, you detach one material from this card to special summon 1 level 6 or lower wind spellcaster monster from your deck. Now, off the top of my head, what are the high level ones? Oh. Okay. This has got to be Kieran coming back. It's like the only one that fits like this requirement. Oh, it's wind and it says 6 or lower, right? It's 6 or lower, but like that's literally the only one. All right, so this is my prediction, guys. Unless we get another Majespecter, this is my first time checking this out. Unless we get another Majespecter, then like, what's the point of putting that? Kieran confirmed coming back from this new card. All right. Anyways, the second part is, if this card in the monster zone is destroyed by battle or card effect or tributed, you can place it on your Pendulum zone. Okay. So next up, we have Majespecter Orthrus New. Alright, so it's a wind spellcaster link effect, 1500 attack, link to bottom left and bottom right. It's 2 pen monsters, and it says, including a Majespecter monster. It says you can only use the effect of this card's name once per turn. So the first part is, if this card is link summon, you get to activate this effect. You cannot special summon monsters from the extra deck for the rest of the turn, except for Majespecter and Draco Slayer monsters. Also, add up to 2 face-up Majespecter Pendulum monsters from your extra deck to your hand, then you can add up to 2 Majespecter Pendulum monsters with different names from each other from your deck to your extra deck face up. Okay. And then next up, we have Majespecter Wind, which is a quick play spell that says you can only activate 1 card with this card's name per turn. When you activate this card, you can also tribute 1 Wind spellcaster monster, and then you can just special summon 1 Majespecter monster from your hand or graveyard. If you tributed a monster activation, you can special summon it from your deck instead. Well, okay, that's pretty dang good. Okay, so overall, I guess the new monster does kind of have the effect. I forgot what it was. I thought it couldn't be like spells. I just remember it had some sort of like immunity. I guess this can't be targeted or destroyed with card effects, but okay, nonetheless, it's kind of more of the stuff that we kind of expect to see from him. But like, without Kieran, I think people will just not be excited to play. Even with this newer support, I think it's just a little bit too slow in terms of what you can establish for what currently exists in the game. But I'm actually more excited about the waters, and hopefully I can make something with these. So starting right off, we got the White Sunfish, which is a level 4 fish effect monster, 1200, 1000. Says you can only use the first effect of this card's name once per turn. So the first part is, if this card is in your hand, you can target 1 level 4 or lower fish monster in your graveyard with the same name as a card you control to special summon this card, and if you do, special summon that monster. Second part is, if this card is special summon from the graveyard, you can treat it as a tuner this turn. Okay, so if you just bring it back with other effects, it would be pretty good. I remember, didn't Norden have like some, okay, Norden is still banned, but, you know, just in case it ever comes back, right, you can just, level 4 or lower and special summon, its effects are negated though, but, nonetheless, its effects are negated, so you can't even use it with that. Okay. Maybe Norden will come back one day, Kappa, probably never. Anyways, next up we have the White Sardine. Oh, so this is more like the fish stuff, it's not like generic water, stuff. Let's see. It says you can only use the first effect of this card's name once per turn. So the first part says you can send a white sardine from your deck to the graveyard to special summon this card from your hand. Okay. So if you draw all of them, that's a big brick. But it says always you can't special monsters for the rest from the extract for the rest of the turn, except for water monsters. This card is special summoned from the graveyard. It can be treated as a tuner this turn. Okay. So you could just bring out like one. It's just a free. You dump one, so at least maybe you'll have waters in the grave for like, I don't know, who played Moon Glacia in 2023, but it probably facilitates, I know, like avarices and stuff like that, so maybe it could be used for that, and just special summons itself. If it let you get out, like if it was like dump one to special summon one from your deck and or one from the graveyard, and then you can keep on like recycling it, and then you could be like plus, I don't know, I mean, it's giving you the ability to make, you know, synchros, right? Next up though, I guess this is the new boss coming out. It's called White Aura Porpoise. So it is a level 6 water fish synchro effect monster with 2,000 attack and 1,300 defense points. And its materials are 1 water, a tuner, and 1 non-tuner monsters. And it says you can only use the first effect of this card's name once per turn. So the first part is, if this card is synchro summoned, you can just special summon 1 level 4 or lower fish monster from your hand or graveyard in defense position. Then you can special summon 1 monster with the same name from your graveyard. Okay, so it facilitates exactly what I was saying. It basically lets you get out kind of double. So it's a stepping stone monster, which was also a tuner. Second part says, if this card you control is destroyed by your opponent and sent to the graveyard, you can banish 1 other water monster from the graveyard to special summon this card. If you do, it is treated as a tuner. Oh, so it has to come back after it is destroyed. Usually, I want to say, just in general, Yu-Gi-Oh! Has just gotten to the point where it's just like too fast. Having this card requiring it to be destroyed and it by your opponent, like, what are you going to do, just make this card pass? Like, I just don't see that realistically as an option. I mean, sure, if you can get it back, cool. But realistically, that's not going to be happening. Alright, let's check out White Reincarnation, which is going to be a continuous spell card that says you can only activate 1 card with this card's name per turn. The first part is, when this card resolves, you get to add 1 fish monster that has an effect to treat itself as a tuner from your deck to your hand. The second part is, once per turn, if your white aura monster is attacked at the end of the damage step, you can have it make a second attack. I don't know what other white aura monsters exist. I know there actually is a couple of these little like whale monsters. So I guess the highest one, I'm just curious what the highest one is, 33. So if you get a 33, they can attack twice. I didn't even bother reading the fact. I didn't. Is that a real card? Okay, so I had to make sure it wasn't like an anime card, because I've never seen anyone make it. I've seen some people go for white aura whale, but for the most part, okay, let's see what else this card does though. So I guess you 6,600 with just that one monster, right? But attacking twice, like no one even plays BLS in 2023, and that card, dude, that's an OG, like that's the OG attack twice for game. Anyways, the third part of the effect is once per turn, if a level 8 or higher fish synchro monster is special summoned from your graveyard, even during the damage step, you destroy all monsters your opponent controls. Okay. I mean, you have to have this card, right? And then I guess you could go like Call the Haunted, and then it like Regekis your opponent. I still think that like it's. I mean, considering it is a continuous, I mean, it could have that ability. And especially since as soon as it resolves, you get its first one. I mean, the surprise factor, if you do get to bring something back. What's weird is like this card, when this card would come back, they made this level 6. So it doesn't even work with this card. If it was, it doesn't say like any, it's special summon this card. If it said like special summon any like white aura monster, then like you have some synergy. I don't know, I want to say this is a flop for me. I mean, he's already flopping in the artwork. That's what I think about the new fish stuff. But, you know, maybe someone figure out some combo. I mean, the thing with fish, there's always like bring out a bunch of stuff, and then people end up figuring out some like FEK, OTK, like whole camp. I mean, that thing will always be relevant because it brings out so many monsters. But is that realistic to do? Probably not. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. If you guys enjoyed the video, drop a like on it. If you're new here, hit subscribe, turn the bell so you don't miss out when we cover, hopefully, more fish support, because this stuff honestly was very underwhelming. Anyways, I'll catch you guys next video. Peace.